Josh Arnold.
I am rolling.
Josh Arnold, investment consultant, brings you Garage Logic podcast number 1812, July 17th, 2026. 99 degrees, the record high on this day. That was in 1936. 52 degrees was the low on this day on two occasions, 1937 and 1976. Josh Arnold, do yourself a favor. Call Josh Arnold for a free 48-minute consultation. 952-925-5608.
Hail the flashlight king.
And now, from the mayor's office above the boathouse on the east shore of Spoon Lake, it's Garage Logic with Chris Reavers manning Technology Corner, Kenny Olson from the Krabby Coffee Shop, John Heidt in the newsroom, and of course, the rookie. Here is your flashlight king, fireworks commissioner, and the keeper of common sense, your mayor, Joe Souchere.
Why would you wear a shirt like that in public?
What do you want to know, Slice?
It's a shirt with sliced oranges on it.
Yes, highly complimented at my other place of employment. Many people, big fans. If you squeeze it, you get orange juice and sweat.
I have a flag update that's an interesting one. Chris from Wisconsin notes that the True Flag, is being flown at the 2026 World Horseshoe Tournament in Wausau, Wisconsin, along flags from all states in the Union.
Huh.
So the real flag is being flown in Wausau at the 2026 World Horseshoe Pitching Tournament.
Wow.
That'd be quite an event, wouldn't it?
I bet there might be a cocktail served or two there. Huh?
I can also add to the list the fighting city of Shieldsville, Minnesota. I drove through there last night.
Unfamiliar with it.
It's west of Faribault.
I see.
And their Veterans Memorial, which is right on the lake, it's very cool. They are also flying the original Minnesota State flag.
What lake would that be? Shields Lake?
Shields Lake, yes.
Is that a farm lake?
Well, you would call it that. It's I love that lake,
Because
though.
it's coffee colored.
No, it's fine. It's got
No, I'm not complaining. I'm just saying they're coffee colored.
Okay.
They got more, there's some elements in them or something.
Okay.
Iron or something.
Dirt.
Named after its founder, American politician and U.S. Army officer James Shield. It was platted in 1856, and it founded around the Irish St. Patrick Catholic Church.
All right. That's very good.
And that church is beautiful. I was just there a couple of weeks ago for a ceremony.
Can I have the
Well, here's why. Do you know why?
Why?
No, there's a weather event here.
You learn more here
On
by
July
accident.
29, 2002, St. Patrick's Church of Shieldsville was hit by lightning for the second time in its history and severely destroyed. It was rebuilt 2 years later on August 1st, 2004.
Really?
Yeah.
I
just
take
thought
it
you'd
it's
like
a
to
small
like-
town.
Yes. Yes.
May I have the Ilhan Omar update? It'll be a brief one.
Here is your latest Ilhan Omar report on Garage Logic.
Well, Fox News is reporting that Ilhan Omar's campaign spent more than $6,000 on high-end hotels and private transportation between April and June this year, including payments to a Ritz-Carlton resort in Palm Springs, and then they cover why that's a resort. It has sweeping views and whatever. Okay, I'm going to stop. This is fun. It's fun to play this game, but Fox News doesn't report on the money Trump is stealing from us, so I don't understand why. Plus, the other problem with this story is nowhere, and I had to go to the Google and I couldn't find it. Why was she out west in April and June? I
Is
have
she
no
campaigning?
idea. I don't know, but my point is, what's the point of them printing this? I don't like Ilhan Omar's thinking, but for all I know, she had to attend conferences there or something. I don't know, and I don't care. But you get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. It's so ridiculously one-sided.
It's like reporting on when the president goes to play golf or on vacation.
Which they don't.
Right. It should be for both, not just one-sided.
I don't know. I bet it's cost us hundreds of millions of dollars for that guy to go golfing.
Well, based upon how Minnesota elections work, maybe she actually was campaigning in Palm Springs, California.
How is everybody? You got
Come on,
big plans? You got big plans for the weekend?
Yes, Town Ball. You ready? St. Patrick tonight. Then we have a home game in Faribault on Sunday. You coming?
No.
What about Shieldsville?
They don't have a team.
Oh.
Got another great email on the Family Leave Act. I think the Family Leave Act is important to people because it's so visceral. We can see it and understand it. We don't really understand the math because that was screwed up from the beginning. But we can understand the notion of this being foisted. What's the word? Foisted? Foisted on us. Handed to us. We didn't want this. We had no say in it. Joe, I'm retired, so I have no skin in the game, but I have two thoughts on the Family Leave Act. First, when I was working, I had short-term disability insurance, and the cost was split by my employer and myself. I, in fact, had to use this insurance 4 times in 27 years. It was a great help to me, and I appreciated my employer splitting the cost with me. The amount I received weekly was about 2/3 of my gross income, but I did not pay income taxes on the insurance payments. One of my questions for the Family Leave Act would be, is the reimbursement considered income, and will people be required to pay income taxes on those reimbursements? Will 4% be withheld from the benefits to help fund the Family Leave Act? I would say that it should be considered income and should be taxed. Second, your letter from MG on the 16th was very interesting. I would agree that employers who are expected to support the Family Leave Act cannot be expected to fund separate short-term disability for their employees. So here's my idea to help fund the Family Leave Act. I don't know for sure, but I am assuming that the largest employer in the state is the state. If one were to add all the people employed by school districts around the state, we would definitely have a large group of employees. With the Family Leave Act in place, it would seem to me that none of these employees would now need sick days or short-term disability insurance. If both of these benefits were eliminated for state employees and school district employees, that would free up a large amount of money to help fund the Family Leave Act. It sounds harsh, but let's face it, we all have to do our part. Also, such a move might wake up a great number of people to what is happening to them in this state. Good luck to us all. Jack Olson in Mora, Minnesota. Well, first of all, it's a great idea, but it's such a good idea, it will never happen. Do you think the state would ever give up anything? The state employees will never give up anything. Their unions are the most powerful in the state. The state is the largest employer in the state, and they're not going to give up anything so that the money could be used to fund the Family Leave Act. That should be our problem.
Right.
But it was a great idea.
Okay.
I just wanted to get
Side
it out
note,
there.
foist is to impose or unwelcome or unnecessary person or thing on.
Thank you.
Yeah. So you were correct.
That's the right word.
To answer Jack's first question, Joe, 100% of the benefits under the paid family leave are considered taxable federal and state income, but they're not treated as traditional wages, so they're not subject to like employment taxes like Social Security or Medicare.
Okay.
So,
all right. I was saying before, do you have anybody have big plans for the weekend?
No, a lot of wedding preparations for me. Yes, dear, no, dear.
You have no role in wedding preparations.
Hey, I already heard that from my spouse. When I said, I can't wait for this whole thing to be done with. And she said, are you out of your mind? And she politely told me that I was mistaken.
Not surprisingly, the Minneapolis City Council has rejected the police for wishing to have a pilot program using drones. The Minneapolis City Council rejected this yesterday. It would have allowed the police department to test a drone as first responder model for 75 days. But community and activist groups expressed concerns about the drone company's contracts with ICE and Israel. So the city council has determined that drone manufacturer they're trying to determine who that drone manufacturer might sell their equipment to, and they disapprove of ICE and Israel. Yes, sir.
Chuggy is out. It was a 6-6 tie. That means it didn't pass.
Oh, okay.
So it wasn't an overwhelming rejection.
Well, the Chugs would have rejected it.
Yeah, she would have. Yeah.
She's on mental leave, health leave. After lengthy, the squeaky wheel gets the grease. You ever heard of that?
Yes.
That
Yeah,
one?
and I understand.
Well, the only people who showed up at the city council were activists.
Yeah.
The citizen out trying to make a living, who works, they weren't at the city hall to say, this might be helpful to help with our crime problems in Minneapolis. They weren't there.
Right.
And the city council is very agreeable to the activists who put them there in the first place, especially Robin Wansley. So, 6-6 tie. Chugs wasn't there. It didn't pass.
Voting yes was Vita, Warren, Whiting, Rainville, Schaefer, and Palmisano.
And it had the backing of Fry, who attempts to continue to retain some sanity, but he's fighting a tough battle with the DSA. Latricia, of course, viewed the pilot program as a chance to test innovative public safety tools on a short-term basis with no cost to the city. So she was representing her people. I would say she was representing the wishes of her people.
Rainville brought up an interesting point. He said a drone, his words, might have saved Officer Mitchell's life. Remember that one where Mitchell showed up at the scene of the crime and thought he was about to help a victim?
Oh, my God. That's
and
right.
the victim,
That was last summer.
Yeah, that was pretty bad. Schaefer highlighted that rapid Narcan delivery and faster response to lake distress calls could have happened.
Who was saying this? Although Minneapolis police already use drones, the Skydio, that's the company, Skydio drone, would have been housed at a fire station in North Minneapolis with the ability to respond immediately to 911 calls and to provide imagery prior to dispatching officers. The footage can let us know ahead of time, in fact, that police officer isn't needed at all, and they can instead tend to far more critical and dangerous situations. Fry told the council the technology is not novel in the U.S. It presently is being used in Duluth, Rochester, Brooklyn Park, Minnetonka, and St. Paul. This technology is being used in New York, Philadelphia, Atlanta, L.A., San Francisco, Chicago, and Denver. During the vote, the opponents packed an overflow room near council chambers, making their displeasure known about the proposal to partner with Skydio. The 6 council members who voted against the pilot program raised concerns about data privacy leaks, but also argued that the city should not be doing business with a company tied to ICE or Israel. Robin Wansley was the leading opponent. She said it makes no sense for why we would even be asked to consider this. This is an unnecessary business relationship while it was going to be cost-free. The trial had no money changing hands. This is an unnecessary business relationship that we are seeking out that do not align with the values of the residents of our city. No, they do not align with the values of the DSA. The city, the people who actually have to go to work, their values are to be kept safe. And this might have helped. We don't know because we're not allowed to have the trial.
Those voted no purely on partisan politics.
Right. This had nothing to do with the no votes being concerned with safety.
It's just 100% because ICE has used it.
Mm-hmm. And Israel, which the left and the extreme left have turned significantly on Israel.
Those 6, by the way, Chavez, Wansley, Payne, Stevenson, Chowdhury, and Osman.
Yeah. And I can comfortably say that Chugs would have made it 7-6.
Absolutely, without question.
The old chugger.
Chuggy.
Chugs. So there will be no drone testing in Minneapolis. And So we'll have no way. They could have tested it for 75 days and discovered that it was not helpful, or they could have discovered it in 75 days and come back with evidence that it saved 3 lives. We don't know. Yes, you in the back.
There's been some chatter, some scuttlebutt about how people are citing crime is down, but then others come back and say, well, that's because some crime just goes unreported. Mm-hmm. Do you think this plays a role in that? They don't want the drones because they don't want more crime being reported.
No, I do not.
I think it's solely political.
I think it's solely ideological.
All right.
Yeah.
I think that the police could have said we need a new car, and Robin Wansley would have voted against it.
Sure.
I mean, didn't we earlier when we were talking about this, we thought maybe privacy was going to be part of the argument. Well, no,
that didn't even come up.
Yeah, didn't even come up.
Well, it did, and they think it had the potential to violate some data privacy laws. But principally, what came up was another example of the council flexing its virtue to point out that they want you to believe they're helping to control ICE and Israel and everything else, and they wish to disavow us of any relationship with those people. Now, ICE is going to continue to exist. I think they could work a lot better than they do, but I don't know that the Minneapolis City Council should base a rejection of the drone technology based on their distaste for ICE.
It just seems so childish.
It is. It's very childish. You know, Reeves, I would like you to tell us the story of your lunch, a potential lunch, because I have questions that might be germane to the Minneapolis City Council.
I had to make a stop at Abbott this morning before I came to Hubbard Broadcasting.
Yes.
So in my transit from from Abbott Northwestern Hospital, which is a wonderful hospital, shout out to all those people, to Hubbard Broadcasting, you have to, based upon construction, you kind of have to, meander your way through the city. Mm-hmm. It's about, 2.5 miles, not quite 3 miles. Takes you about 7 days to get there. Anyway, I was driving underneath. Ken, you're going to have to help me. I thought it was Franklin, but you said it's Lake. When you drive underneath the light rail.
That's the only place where light rail goes above Hiawatha.
Okay, so I was there.
You're on Lake Street then.
Correct. And I was waiting at a light. And
wait, it does go over Franklin, right? But it's not. It's so nondescript that you wouldn't even notice it.
Yeah.
Under a bridge on your way here, you saw what?
I saw a gentleman grilling some food.
They have a barbecue grill?
Like a
food truck.
I couldn't tell if it was a Weber, if it was a Blackstone. I couldn't quite tell what type of grill it was.
Just a grill?
If you needed to stop for some lunch, it was available for you. And I thought, well, wait a minute. You've got all these restaurants and cafes and all this overreaching government bureaucracy.
Hey.
They have to pay all these fees and all this other stuff. And here's a guy just selling stuff on the side of the street for $5.
Hot dogs,
See,
burgers.
that's what intrigues me. You would think.
Boy,
You think he's paying taxes?
I bet it was good food.
No, but you would think a guy all of a sudden creating a little pop-up chicken stand there under the bridge. Wouldn't he run afoul of the city rules and regulations?
Well, you can't really attack some people.
I mean, first of all, there would be some hygiene questions for me.
Oh,
Maybe it's just me.
So if I had dialed you up and said, "Do you want me to pick you up some lunch?"
Yeah.
No, I would have said no.
Said no.
Thank you for
I
calling.
said yes.
Thank you, but I would have said no.
Gotcha.
You often accuse me of taking the opposite side just to take the opposite side.
Yeah, Preebs.
I'm going to do that here.
Yeah.
First of all, and this is just an aside to my aside, Chris, you're the only person that would notice that. If I drove by there, I wouldn't even see it.
Even if it occurred to you?
Because that's life in the city.
Yeah.
Number two, isn't this guy the ultimate GLer? He's getting out there and he's earning and trying to make a living.
He's an entrepreneur. That's what I thought.
That's the way I see this. Even though none of us would pull over and order, like, say, a rat burger or whatever the hell he was selling.
The neighbor's cat.
A fish wiener or whatever it might be. At least he's out there trying to make some money legitimately so he can buy drugs later this afternoon
Okay.
and then get blacked out.
Man, it would have been a bad night. What day is this?
Friday, Joe.
17.
Wednesday night would have been a bad night to be a homeless drug addict with that smoke in the air.
boy.
Yeah,
That would have been a
please.
bad night. Didn't we get lucky with the
Unless, Joe, you're so wasted,
Yeah.
you don't even notice.
We really got lucky last night. The air just suddenly cleared up. It was wonderful. The wind switched.
I need one of those hot dogs.
Well, Kenny, your
beef.
It's a
your-
lemonade stand, Joe.
Your point is has merit.
Do you know what I thought of though? The first thing when I saw this guy, you know, Bob's Roadside
I would have
Cafe.
taken a shot at
all
it.
I could think about was Rookie bringing the fresh out of the Gulf frozen dollar store fish to
yeah.
Reusse.
Well, here's what I would here's if you want to go down this road that he's to be saluted for his entrepreneurship.
I don't know about saluted. Noted.
Praised.
That's all.
No, you were praising his
Okay, I might have been.
entrepreneurship.
Yeah, okay,
I
was,
would have
yeah.
been more impressed, for example. Let me just think of something. Had he set up a sewing machine and was repairing shirts and trousers.
Oh, okay.
That would be entrepreneurial because we're not short of food. Food is everywhere. You could have walked a block and found a place to buy food that probably had a fighting chance to not be roadkill.
Too much chicken.
Right. No, I see.
But if he was there fixing, sewing buttons back on shirts.
Rick's alterations.
Yeah.
You think there's a big demand? Is there a big demand for that underneath Hiawatha on Franklin
At
Avenue?
least as much demand as there would be for a burger.
20% off wedding dresses.
Yeah.
Yeah, alterations.
Anything.
By the way, it wasn't Rick. It would have been Muhammad's alterations.
Muhammad's alterations. Almost free for you.
All I got out of that conversation, Joe, is you're not that much older than me. I've never used the word trousers in my life.
I know he's been. For some reason, he's used that word for as
know
long as
what?
since the early
Trousers.
80s.
You know
Yeah.
what trousers is paired with?
What?
Davenport. The Davenport.
Yes.
You know
They're
why?
drying
he-
on the Davenport.
You know why he wears trousers and not jeans?
Why?
Because he's afraid Mr. Hubbard is going to see him in jeans.
Oh,
That's a big no-no.
I've never worn jeans in this building.
Do you even own any jeans?
I do.
Okay, Levi's.
Trousers. Trousers. You know,
It's an odd word.
That's
Ottoman.
Lyndon Baines Johnson.
Davenport,
Yeah,
Ottoman.
Yeah. Yes, Ottoman. Thank you. Thank you.
trousers almost imply the need for suspenders, don't they?
The oven is the range.
Yeah.
The range, yeah.
Fridge is the ice box.
The ice box. Yep.
Run to the ice box and get your dad a beer.
We're,
Yeah.
still
we're
call it
working
the
with a
ice box.
pioneer here.
Yes.
don't sass.
Yeah, don't say.
Hey, don't sass.
Come on, Gabe.
What am I doing here? I'm going to tell you about your garage because I'm a big fan of getting work done in good weather. And that's what Precision Garage Door is all about. Get it done now. You need a new door. Precision Garage Door has models of door for every budget. The designer comes out to your place. You go through the book, bing, bang, boom. Increase the value of your home, save energy, provide better security. Get up to a $400 trade-in credit for your old garage door when you purchase a new door from Precision Door. If you like your current door, but you're worried that she might not have another year left in her because of the noise she's making, book a Precision Door safe and sound package, $79. Let them lube it up and throw the diagnostics at it and see what kind of lifespan that current garage door has left. Precision Door has you covered either way. Book online at Precision Door MN, one word, precisiondoormn.com, or call Precision Door at 612-263-6985 to schedule your free on-site new door estimate or book a safe and sound package with Precision Door.
I was 17, my old man was 55. If you do the math between the two of us, that's 72 years of life. An eternity, so it seemed to me. How could anything live that long? Now I say my folks were only 84 the passed on. For a little while it seems you got time to choose your dreams. Pretty soon you look around and you see 100 years ain't what it used to be. And my grandpa Roy, when he was a boy in 1904, he was taught by men who fought in the actual Civil War. And only 8 decades passed and my high school class put the tassels on the other side. Started on our way full of naivete on the great American ride. The months and years slide past, each more quickly than the last. Pretty soon you look around and you'll see 100 years ain't what it used to be. Oh, Johnny!
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, Johnny Heidt. Let's go. Who's doing something? What happened to the thing you were just going to play?
Holy shit, I was waiting for a liner.
Here's a man who spends hours in hardware stores, sifting through the nuts and bolts of life. Joe Souchere.
Go ahead, Kenny, with Seafoam, and then
I'm guessing I'm doing a Seafoam Bugs Be Gone, which probably doesn't require the visual of Seafoam motor additive, although that's really good stuff. Maybe you should show it anyway. I don't know. You make the decision, Chris. Whatever you want to do.
I want to talk for the weekend.
I want to talk about Bugs Be Gone. A few observations from a weekend on the road. The bugs in North Dakota, huge. The bugs in Montana, very, very, very tiny. But if you get enough of them on your windshield, they'll put a blurry layer of wet slime down that's really difficult to see through. But you know what? Neither one are a match for Bugs Be Gone. Just make sure your bottle of Bugs Be Gone is at least half full before hitting the road for an unscheduled trip. That means maybe, you don't have to, I'm just saying, maybe grab one of those refill jugs of concentrate to fill the spray bottles you already own. You can do that when you order Bugs Be Gone from the Seafoam store at Amazon. The procedure, really simple. We've been over it a million times. Spray the Bugs Be Gone on the windshield, the front grille, plastic, steel, chrome, glass. It doesn't matter. It's not going to hurt the surface. Let it set there for a few minutes, then rinse it off or use the squeegee with no extra effort. It's super easy, and it's actually pretty fun. Bugs Be Gone now, you're going to find it sells really quickly. Most of the time, you can find it in the fine automotive chemical aisles in your, like, say, local NAC hardware store, automotive parts stores, big box stores, or at the Seafoam store on Amazon. Bugs Be Gone is a wonderful product in a world of sticky, gooey, messy, slimy bugs. Yuck.
You're listening to continuing coverage of Operation Stay Cool on the Garage Logic Radio Network.
Sweet. Hey!
That's chunks of soot!
He was playing us.
You had it all along!
There it is.
With an assist from Matthew.
He wanted to see how far he could push
You found it, didn't you?
I remember what we called it. That's the only reason.
What did we call it?
Bonk.
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 Bonk. Yes. Don't ask me about the filing system, okay?
Have you ever heard of the name?
Oh, it's stuck.
He's getting them all in for the last week. Keep them coming, Reavers.
That's just Monday. Here's Tuesday.
Chunks of soot.
Yes.
Okay. Have you heard the name Abdikerm Idley?
Yeah, he was selling meat on the side of
I just saw him
Hiawatha.
over there at the grill.
Yeah. Didn't
He
we
was-
I do
snatch
know.
him? We
Yes.
got him out of Somalia?
He was Aimee Bock. Is it in the mob? What's a capo? A capo.
He's a captain.
He was one of Amy's capos.
Okay.
Aimee Bock. He was the right hand guy. Abdikerm Idley. He was the second in command to the ringleader, Aimee. now he's been brought back from Somalia where he was taken into custody. Now he fled.
Captain, skipper, or lieutenant?
Well, he was a capo.
Capo.
Okay, he fled the U.S. Get this. Roughly 2 months before initial search warrants were served.
Oh, he was
Do you
tipped
think
off.
the capo got a little tip?
He got tipped off.
Absolutely.
Yep.
And
I
so-
wonder where he got that from.
Here is
I mean, sorry.
And he might have found Somalia so bad. How
bad was it?
that he didn't mind being taken into custody and returned here.
Prison in America
Right.
better than free in Somalia.
He fled 2 months before the initial search warrants were served. Abdikerm Idley is second only to Aimee Bock in the fraud scheme. His capture and transfer back to Minnesota show how, far the arm of American law enforcement can reach. And you can run, but you can't hide. This is U.S. Attorney David Rosen saying that. This is amazing. They got this guy back here. According to prosecutors, Idley funneled over $5 million in fraud proceeds into accounts associated with his shell companies. Now, if he's the right-hand guy, how much did Aimee skim?
Yeah.
The indictment adds that he made a $95,000 payments toward a mortgage on a home in Burnsville. When our own 5 investigators went to that home last year, a woman who was later identified as Idley's ex-wife told reporter Eric Rasmussen that Idley was in Africa. Idley is already charged with conspiracy to commit wire fraud, conspiracy to commit federal programs bribery, conspiracy to commit money laundering, and wire fraud. Now that he's back, his federal case is expected to proceed. He's expected to make his initial court appearance today in exactly 1 hour. So there you have it. Aimee's right-hand capo is back. They got him. Huh?
Well, that's, I mean.
And then we got a twofer. We had 2 of the gals show up from Philadelphia to fraud us.
Okay.
I guess it would be to defraud us.
Defraud us.
2 women from Philly pled guilty this morning. What's the date on this? Today. This is from Bill Glahn. He loves this stuff. He shows up at court. He stays there and takes notes.
Do you think he loves it or just can't believe that no one else is covering it to the extent
He just can't believe that they've handed this whole story, the traditional news gatherers have handled this whole story to American Experiment. And he writes briefly, 2 women from Philadelphia pled guilty this morning to Medicaid fraud at the federal, maybe it was yesterday morning, at the federal courthouse in downtown Minneapolis. Your correspondent was there, Bill Mills.
Yeah, he was there.
Cynthia Allen, 62, and Candace Langley, 46, each pled guilty to 1 count of conspiracy to commit health care fraud. The 2 admitted to defrauding Medicaid of $3,476,244 through the Housing Stabilization Services Program between July of 2022 and July of 2025. Both traveled from Pennsylvania to Minnesota back in 2022 to open fake businesses in Minneapolis to bilk the gullible locals out of millions in tax dollars. Allen admitted to receiving the majority of the proceeds, but each are facing around 4 years in federal prison, give or take a few months, according to the sentencing guidelines included in their respective plea agreements, and will be asked to repay the stolen money. Both were charged back in May with felony counts, and both skipped the formality of a grand jury indictment to speed up the process. Sentencing will be at a later time.
Okay.
The fraud was so good here.
How good was it?
It was so good here that the word had spread, and people were flying in to set up their own fake companies. And this is the Housing Stabilization Act, which no longer is in operation. So
Okay.
Well, I told you about the refugee camps in Africa, right?
No.
Where everybody in the camps were discussing the fraud in the United States, and the best place, it was well known in these camps, the best place to set up a fraud shop is Minnesota. And this was years and years and years ago, back in the teens, mid-teens.
Well, then maybe the guy on Franklin or Lake Street is just a decoy. He's saying, "Hey, I'm really feeding people
feeding
with the
kids,
grill.
yes.
This is a legitimate thing here."
They hear at night.
Right. Yes.
You're suggesting he's receiving fraud money?
Yeah, I think he's a decoy. Like, this is real.
Would you like to take a time out and bring back our friend John Heidt? That's a chunk. Here's the problem with that. Let me point something out. It's kind of odd that you find it now. The air is cleared up. There is no chunks of soot in the air today.
Timing
is everything.
Can I
Thanks, Brad.
even ask a simpler question?
Sure.
Why not just rename it Chunks of Soot?
Well,
That's a
I
whole
didn't
production.
realize that the piece of audio that Matthew had placed in here, however many years
Right
ago,
over here.
I didn't
Decades ago.
I didn't
Decades ago.
I looked up chunk. I looked up soot. I looked up chunks of soot.
Yeah.
I thought, okay, chunks with an S, and then I never realized it was going to be called head bonk.
I want to give Rookie another assignment. Can you find our Monday Night Sports Talk original 76 trombones theme? Because he can't find it.
Well, I have the one because remember we played the Scotland call.
I don't care.
Matthew?
Get that one.
Yeah.
Matthew, do you remember the cart from Maplewood?
I still have it.
Get that a
It's in
boy.
the other
Cool.
room. I'm not getting rid of that.
That should be in the GL Museum.
It has that John McDougal typed.
Yes.
His
All
typewriter
caps.
that he had. Yes,
All
all
caps.
shouting caps.
In all
May I
seriousness.
interrupt going down memory lane to say that we're going to John Heidt? Would you like to
Simpler
take a
times.
break here and do that?
I think that should be in the Pavic, to be honest with you.
I don't know if I want to let it go.
Oh, yeah, no, you should hang on to it. Joe, would you like to take a break? How about first I tell you about North American Banking Company? You know what? If you're tired of this soot, head to my friends at North American Banking Company. You know why? On account of you want to know why? It's banking done differently. You know what? In 1998, Mr. Bilski and the entire crew decided to create a better banking experience for their family, for your business, for everyone, because they want to invest into the communities that they work with each and every single day. They want to be different from those other big national banks, and you get that feeling anytime that you walk into any one of their 6 Twin Cities locations, whether it's 50th and France, Roseville, Woodbury, Hastings, Shoreview, and also over in Maple Grove. They offer you the same updated online and mobile banking tools as all of those big national banks. However, that key difference is going to be you're going to get the unparalleled service of a community bank. So you know what? See it for yourself online today. It's nabankco.com to learn more. Once again, it's banking done differently. Whether you're looking to buy a home, buy a new car, finance a new home renovation project, or start that new business, they're here and their experts are willing to make it so easy and also convenient. nabankco.com to learn more. North American Banking Company, member FDIC, is an equal housing lender.
82, I was 17, my old man was 55. If you do the math between the two of us, that's 72 years of life. An eternity, so it seemed to me. How could anything live that long? Now I say my folks were only 84 the year that they passed on. For a little while it seems you got time to choose your dreams. Pretty soon you look around and you see
the earth is not your mother. The Joe Souchere Show.
Gotta hear it. Gotta hear the lead. Here is John Heidt.
Thank you, Joe. This news is brought to you by North American Banking Company. Wildfires have now consumed more than 70,000 acres in northern Minnesota and across the Canadian border. Right now, the Incident Command Team reports 18 active wildfires after several of them merged together. Only 3 of those are in the Boundary Waters Canoe Area Wilderness, but those 3 are some of the biggest, and they've burned more than 30,000 acres. Altogether, the wildfires are still more than 46,000 acres in size with minimal to no containment. Forest Service officials are expected to provide another update on the wildfires later on today being Friday.
You know the beef I had with that smoke?
Yeah.
It didn't smell like a wood fire. It smelled something beyond that.
I'm glad you said that because I had that argument at my house. I said, this does not smell like wood, and they were telling me it did.
Oh,
I
yeah,
don't
it
think
did here.
Really?
These parts, yeah.
Well, whatever.
Yeah.
A man entered a woman's home, held her at gunpoint, and sexually assaulted her in Brooklyn Park this morning, according to police. Investigators say the man, unknown to the woman, came to her home near Hampshire Avenue North, woke her up, demanded money, and then assaulted her. He ran away before the woman could call police. Several police agencies responded at about 5 a.m., began looking for the suspect. He has not, as of right now, been found. Police are asking the public for help finding the suspect, described as a man in his early 20s, between 5'2" and 5'6". He was wearing a black hoodie, sweatpants, and glasses. Investigators are asking residents in the area to check their security cams and yards for any possible evidence. If you find anything or know anything, you are asked to call the Brooklyn Park Police Department.
You know, when you're out on a lake on a coolish autumn day, invariably you'll smell someone having a fire on shore, either on the beach or in their fireplace. And it smells pleasant because all you're smelling is wood. You're not smelling car upholstery and burning tires and everything else that a forest fire ultimately includes in its odor.
Or like what Gwen Walls liked to smell.
Yeah.
When
riots,
the city was burning to the
violence
ground.
and gun smoke.
Yeah. She opened the windows, remember?
Oh, I loved it. Burning tires.
Yeah, she really liked that smell.
Yes, that was great.
Just a reminder.
Update to a story we had a couple months ago. A man accused of trying to kill his wife with a hammer in Wyoming, Minnesota, has pleaded guilty to attempted murder. Court documents show 72-year-old James Allen Johnson has filed a petition to plead guilty to attempted murder during a pretrial hearing. His sentencing is now scheduled for September 21st. Johnson was reportedly motivated to kill his wife after his business was facing financial collapse. According to court records, Johnson claimed the impending financial crisis would force his wife to live off what he called significantly reduced Social Security benefits. He said to spare her from the financial hardship, he admitted he had been planning to kill his wife for several days before the incident. Johnson reportedly attempted to kill his wife with a hammer, hitting her several times, sustaining injuries to her head, arms, and hands. Luckily, a delivery driver from Amazon who was dropping off a package at the address heard the screams, entered the home to find Johnson with a hammer standing over his wife, who was covered in blood. The driver ordered Johnson to drop the hammer and called 911 to report the incident. Johnson was arrested at that point.
I think I'd just let her live poor and see how she likes it.
Yeah.
She'd prefer that versus the strikes. Yeah.
Across the border, a boil or bottle water advisory in effect for Menominee, Wisconsin, at least all day today. And the city says a full irrigation ban remains in effect until August 1st as residents continue to deal with water system problems. Menominee's water system has been experiencing low water pressure, especially in places of higher elevation, since Wednesday of this week, prompting action from city officials. A bacteria test of the water is expected to be finished up sometime today to figure out if the boil or bottle water advisory will continue. Residents might see sputtering air in their water fixtures, as some spots still have trapped air that will need to be burped out, according to officials. As of Friday morning, the city said all water service areas have water pressure and water levels in the elevated water tower are half full. Once water levels are sufficient in those towers, the whole water pipe walls will need to be flushed out. According to the city's public works director, with the boil water advisory until midnight tonight, Menominee residents can pick up bottled water at the community services shop. The city is asking people to report any water that's flowing in an odd location, and residents will be given written warnings if they continue to irrigate until the ban ends on August 1st. Why don't we take a quick break here and hear from Mr. Reavers.
Thank you, Johnny. I should turn my mic on. Hofferman Water and Connecticut are here. And you know what? Clean, cool, comfortable water is the best, especially this time of the year. When you're coming in hot, you're sweaty, you want to take a nice, cool shower.
You do. And when you stand up and want to move,
you just want to.
You gotta go.
You want to take a stand. That's exactly what you want to do. Okay, how would I shut your mic off over there? Here we go. Hofferman Water and Connecticut have been proudly serving the state of Minnesota for over 50 years, and you should find out why today. You got to get on the schedule. You have to have them come out and give you that free water analysis. You can do that one of two ways. Dial them up at 612-895-2440, or better yet, book your appointment online at HoffermanWater.com. Either way, you'll get on that schedule. They'll come out and give you that free water analysis. And then when they come out, they'll give you what's called a water score. And then after they give you that water score, they will give you recommendations on how they can vastly upgrade the quality of the water inside of your home. They have done that for me. They will do that for you. 612-895-2440, or visit HoffermanWater.com. And like I mentioned, Hofferman Water has been proudly serving the state of Minnesota for over 50 years. Please do me a favor and mention that you heard about them right here on the Garage Logic Podcast.
100 years ain't what it used to be. And my grandpa Roy, when he was a boy in 1904, he was taught by men who fought in the actual Civil War. And only 8 decades passed, and my high school class put the tassels on the other side. Started on our way full of naivete on the great.
This guy wears many hats, just not indoors. Joe Souchere.
Chris, could I have that once more? It leads into the story. Thank you very much. It's not just us, of course. Millions of Americans under air quality alerts this week as more than 800 wildfires continue to rage across Canada, and, of course, our smaller fires here in Minnesota. They're not due to a single cause, can be exacerbated by seasonal conditions, including drought and warm weather. Some were sparked by lightning, which can strike hard-to-reach areas of Canada's forests and are responsible for most of the total area burned in Canada. As fine particles enter the atmosphere, they can drift farther south. Chicago, Detroit, and New York ranked among the top 5 worst cities for air quality yesterday, with New York City officials working to distribute KN95 masks to commuters. In areas with poor air quality, people are encouraged to stay indoors and run air filtration systems if possible. Stocks fell this morning as mounting jitters over artificial intelligence spending dragged tech lower, putting the major averages on pace for a losing week. Showing that AI nervousness, Apple this morning moved back into the spot of being the most valuable U.S. company by market cap. The technology company surpassed semiconductor giant NVIDIA on this morning as Apple shares rose 0.3% in the morning and trading, while NVIDIA's stock declined more than 3.5%. NVIDIA had held the top spot since late June of last year. Meanwhile, SpaceX's stock fell further today, a day after it had aborted a test flight for its Starship rocket at the last second, and amid choppy post-IPO trading. The aerospace giant was expected to launch its Starship mega rocket within a 90-minute window in Texas on Thursday, but an engine ignition failure forced SpaceX to scrub the launch. Their shares fell about 4% this morning, plunging further below the IPO price of $135, and were on pace for a sixth straight losing day.
And you will get an in-depth report about that very subject with Mr. Money Talk at the end of the show today.
Wall Street Journal reporting the Treasury Department's top tax policy official has been forced out of his job after he warned the White House was at risk of violating a federal law prohibiting senior officials' involvement in IRS audits. Kenneth Keyes, an assistant Treasury Secretary and acting chief counsel of the IRS, is leaving that post in the coming weeks. Keyes at times clashed behind the scenes with White House officials. That included a recent meeting in which he contended a potential White House request would violate Section 7217 of the Internal Revenue Code. That law prohibits the president, vice president, White House staff, and certain agency heads from directly or indirectly requesting that the IRS conduct or terminate an audit or investigation of any particular taxpayer. President Trump last night saying his address was about building public confidence in American elections, but he seemed to spend most of the speech trying to undermine them. And Trump said he has asked the FBI, CIA, Office of the Director of National Intelligence, and the Department of Justice to investigate what he claimed to be a cover-up by U.S. officials of the extent of China's efforts to influence elections. But China's efforts to collect data have been broadly known for years. Voter data is in many cases freely available to download on the internet, and in other cases can be purchased. Possessing such data could reveal insights about American voters, but would not allow votes to be manipulated. The president blamed the intelligence community for ignoring all of this, but several former employees of that intelligence community after the speech said they tried to warn the president of China's efforts during his first administration, but he told them it wasn't that big of a deal.
Nobody, who broadcast it?
Fox did. Fox had the whole thing.
CBS?
I think CBS did. I know ABC and NBC did not.
I didn't see it.
I was doing Landman.
Was it very brief?
I didn't see it.
It was about a half hour,
Okay.
so I watched part of it.
I didn't see
I did not
any of
watch
it.
the whole thing.
You ain't seen it?
I didn't see it, no.
Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky's surprise move to replace his popular defense minister, Mikhailo Fedorov, has caused an outburst of anger from civil society and protests from MPs. A crowd of mostly young people gathered in Kyiv and other Ukrainian cities, holding up signs reading, "Hands off Fedorov" and "Stop sabotaging victory," and chanting, "Shame." By evening, Zelensky had put forward the name of Major General Yevgeny Kamara, the acting head of the security service and acting defense minister. On Thursday, Fedorov revealed he had suggested to Zelensky that Syrskysky and Chief of General Staff Andriy Yanotov should be replaced. Zelensky, speaking at a press conference with UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer, acknowledged the conflict was systemic and occurred at various levels. He said those two could only get along with mediators around.
The life expectancy of a Russian soldier is 20 minutes.
Oof. Wow. Yikes.
Ukraine's got some good drone activity going.
Wow.
I don't think you're going to like this story, Joe.
Which war has been more pointless? The Ukraine-Russia war or the one we're having right now
That's
with
a toss-up. It's a toss-up.
About the same? Okay.
Less than 1% of new vehicles made for the U.S. market in 2025 were stick shifts.
Yeah, I tried to read this today, but the Washington Post wouldn't let me.
At just 0.6%, it's at an all-time low. That's a drop from 34.6% in 1980, vehicles that had manual transmissions. The sharp shift away from manual has been unfolding for decades, long lamented by auto enthusiasts who cheered on hopes that the driving experience might somehow find a new audience. But the stick shift's popularity hit multiple new lows in recent years with no signs of a turnaround thanks to new technologies and a rapidly changing marketplace.
Wow.
In Europe, less dramatic decline in stick shifts, with manual transmissions dropping from 91% of car registrations in 2001 to 29% in 2024 among Europe's leading automakers. Another problem for stick shifts is that only about 60% of Americans know how to drive a manual transmission, according to a recent survey.
I was about to ask that.
That ranges from 83% to baby boomers, from 83% for baby boomers to 39% for Gen Z.
You can't beat it as a theft deterrent.
True.
Yeah.
Do you guys attribute this more to the convenience aspect of it? I mean, I love driving a stick, or is it the lack of knowledge or the lack of curiosity of wanting to learn?
All of the above.
Thank you.
Yeah. Joe, you own sticks still.
Yeah. Well,
Kenny?
the only cars I have are sticks.
Not anymore. I don't. No.
Yeah. I don't either. I wish I had one. Just one to mess around with. But
I could get you there, but I'm not good at it on a stick.
Right.
Did you learn on a stick, Rook, or no?
I never learned.
It takes about 10 minutes to figure
it's-
it out. It's no big deal.
I had to drive a stick shift home from, what's the Italian place on Gannon Road?
I have no idea.
Buca di Beppo.
Yep.
To the Burlington Apartments in St. Paul because the female driver, not my wife, the female driver could not drive. So I drove her car home for her. And
Does
it
your
was a
wife
stick
know
shift.
about this?
My wife was there, yes. So
I see. Okay.
It was
Oh,
all
you
on the
got
up and
some
up.
kind of special.
No,
arrangement.
it was a work party, and she was.
Let me guess, it was.
Yeah, she was overserved, so I just said, "I'll drive the car home."
Were you in the closet with a camera?
Rook, you'll be happy to know my first two vehicles were 3 on the tree. I say
Oh,
that
not
just
4
just
on the
for
floor.
you. No, 3 on the tree.
What's 5? 5 is alive.
There's no.
6 for the tricks.
No, there's no. Don't worry about it.
When
What's 7?
don't worry about it. When students come back to school this fall, there's some very odd pictures that went along with this story, but I'll just read the story. They come back to school this fall in the Salamanca Central School District in western New York. They'll have a new kind of teacher to greet them. The small rural district located on the Seneca Nation Reservation is set to be one of the first in the country to put a humanoid robot to teach in a classroom. It will not replace the classroom teacher, but it's programmed to provide learning support to both students and educators. At a board meeting last month, the Cattaraugus County School District agreed to buy the robot from Realbotics, a tech company, along with an artificial intelligence teacher's assistant program that allows students to interact with an avatar of the robot on their laptops. The female robot is named Sally, will have a lifelike appearance with silicone skin and long brown hair. According to the principal of the school, it will be stationary in a seated position but have a wide range of upper body movements and facial expressions. Students will use a unique identification code when interacting with the robot during class, allowing it to access their learning data and provide personalized support based on their past communications. Salamanca plans to introduce the robot and avatar in its high school AI and robotics course, which uses curriculum developed by Apple co-founder Steve Wozniak. Astronomers have discovered more than 6,000 planets orbiting other stars, many of them small and rocky like Earth, but despite years of looking, firm evidence that such worlds have stable atmospheres have remained elusive. But now, researchers report in Science magazine that the relatively nearby super-Earth LHS 1140b appears to be leaking helium gas into space. That would imply it still has a substantial atmosphere billions of years after its birth. Astronomer René Déon at the University of Montreal said this is extraordinary if confirmed. The search for alien atmospheres, especially around temperate planets where liquid water can exist, is key to finding planets that could support life. I don't want you to get too excited about this because
don't worry,
I'm not.
It's many light years away.
Yeah,
about 41 light years away.
Oh,
and
wow.
1 light year right now with our fastest rockets would take 17,500 Earth years to get to. So you'd take 41 times 17, and it would take.
Boy, that's really far out there, isn't it?
Let's
John?
get her going.
That's
a long way away. Isn't
Time
it?
capsule.
Yeah,
long way away.
Do we have Patrick today?
Yes, sir.
He's in Chicago
for the ball game.
He will be covering the Twins and the Cubs tonight.
And
maybe he's just there as a fan.
I can confirm, unlike the last time he went to the Twins Cubs in Chicago, he did not ride the train this time.
No, did they drive?
I don't know if they flew or if they drove.
I think they drove because he went through Dubuque, Iowa.
Why would he go through Dubuque?
Because there's a neat hotel there.
Oh.
I've stayed there. The Juliet.
Good pillows?
Yeah, very nice. Why don't you take a break and get Patrick to join us?
I was 17, my old man was 55. If you do the math between the two of us, that's 72 years of life. An eternity, so it seemed to me. How could anything live that long? Now I say my folks were only 84 the year that they passed on. For a little while it seems. You got time to choose your dreams. Pretty soon you look around and you see 100 years ain't what it used to be. And my grandpa Roy, when he was a boy in 1904, he was taught by men who fought in the actual Civil War. And only 8 decades passed and my high school class put the tassels on the other side. Started on our way full of naivete on the great American ride. The months and years slide past, each more quickly than the last. Pretty soon you look around and you'll see 100 years ain't what it used to be. Oh, got it!
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, Johnny Heidt. Oh, yeah.
He did the guitar face.
Ibuprofen's under buy again in my online shopping cart. Every week I learn of something else I should be doing for my heart. If I use the wrong pillow, I might have trouble getting out of bed. My hair grows in my ears and nose now more than on my head. As a kid, to me, ancient history was something like World War I. But I arrived close to that time than this year as I sing this song. And I'm starting to find I can wrap my mind around life is brief and dear. I can hardly believe my baby girl's turned 26 this year. Oh, little while it seems you got time to choose your dreams. Pretty soon you look around and you'll see everybody. 100 years ain't what it used to be. Before you know it, you're 63, making plans for Medicare A and B. You look around yourself and you see 100 years ain't what it used to be.
And today is Friday. TGTI Friday. It's the scramble!
Well, it's time for the GLer of the Week. Brought to you by Installed Building Solutions, ibscoating.com for the finest garage floor you'll ever see. This week's GLer of the Week is Travis Anderson of Maple Grove, Minnesota.
Hey!
A proud town council member since 2025, Travis Anderson will now get the big gift pack of syrup
from Masters Maples.
Masters Maple syrup.
All
right, congratulations, Travis Anderson. I will give this sheet back to you so the proper mailing can be done and get Mr. Anderson his stuff. A great auction I wish I could get to. Kenny alerted me to this, that hundreds of snowmobiles, motorcycles, and other power sports vehicles seized as part of convicted Wisconsin investment fraudster Stanley Popal's $14.25 million fraud case are headed to public auction later this month, created what is expected to be one of the largest government liquidations of recreational vehicles in recent memory. There's pictures of it here. Is this all stuff he bought?
This is stuff he bought that he paid too much for with fraudulent money. You know, all of his investors lost everything they owned, so this is a government auction. But this is going to reset and correct the market because he's got a lot of very, very rare race sleds.
Really?
And then he also has a few rare fake race sleds.
Oh.
You know how you look at Bring a Trailer and then you watch one of the auction sites? And sometimes the prices that are paid are vastly different.
Right.
And you find out what people are willing to pay.
Mm-hmm.
That's what this is going to do to the vintage snowmobile market. He also has vintage rare motorcycles.
600 assets forfeited by Popal, including hundreds of snowmobiles and motorcycles purchased with investor funds and stored in a rented warehouse. I don't know anything about this guy. Was this a famous case?
Yeah, and he was actually making waves in the snowmobile world for the last 5 years at least. People were finding him because they knew that he would pay too much for what he was buying.
Well, this guy was a cylinder index freak. The fraud was committed just to buy this stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
He used it to finance his extensive collection.
It's going to be really interesting to see some, factory race sleds that should have been destroyed at the end of the season, say in 1978 or 80 or whatever, that are still around. And then there's clones that have been made since then.
The auction will be July 28. I take it in Wausau.
Yeah, and I think, isn't it an online thing also?
I don't know.
If I was a serious buyer, I would get myself to the warehouse with somebody really knowledgeable, and I would look over every sled that I was interested in to make sure it's not a fake.
The pictures accompanying this piece from, I think it's a Power Sport News outlet, all I'm seeing is snowmobiles.
Yeah.
Holy mackerel. I had no idea.
Yeah. It's going to be really interesting.
Only because they come to us. Where is it? All the way from South Africa, where the traveling linemen are at Marloth Park. And wild beasts walk right up to them. You can see it all on worldwidewaftage.com. It was on this day.
Joe, today is July 17th.
In 1817, on this day, Cree and Ojibwe leaders in the Red River Valley made a treaty with Lord Thomas Douglas Selkirk, who hoped to reestablish his colony of Scottish immigrants. And then there's only one more thing we did on this day.
That's it?
We slow down here in the summer. On this day,
July 17th,
in 1854, Congress passed an act to settle disputes about the so-called half-breed tract a reservation for mixed-race indigenous European people in Wabasha and Goodhue counties. Land titles had been confused, with many white settler colonists migrating to the area, unaware that it was a legal reservation. Some of the recipients of scrip sold the deeds to their parcels of land, although there was no individual ownership of reservation land. After further complications arose with land speculators, the settler colonists formed vigilante groups to watch the land office and prevent speculators from claiming existing farms. The matter was settled in 1858, with the squatters receiving full rights, as was standard practice on public domain land. On this day in sports disappointment history.
Joe, I'm curious, who did we lose to on July 17th?
Well, on this day in 1986, the NFL approved the sale of Viking stock to the Pohlads.
What year? I'm sorry?
1986.
Huh.
On this day,
July 17th.
In 1990, the Twins made 2 triple plays and lost
to
1-0.
Sox. Oh, my gosh.
Yeah. Was it to the Red Sox?
I believe it was, yeah. Gayadi to Newman to Herbeck were both of them.
Yeah, 2 of them. Yeah, both of them. Triple plays.
On this day,
July 17th.
On this day,
July 17th.
In 2002, Torrey Hunter threw a ball at Cleveland pitcher Danis Baez and hit him in the leg.
You remember that?
No.
He got drilled by the pitch, and Hunter got so PO'd, he picked up the ball and threw it back at him. It was fantastic.
I do remember that.
I love Torrey Hunter. He was the best.
On this day,
July 17, Joe.
Just 2 years ago, in 2024, the Loons gave up 2 goals in extra time and lost 3-2. That would be soccer.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, GLers.
Yes.
Very much.
Thank you, one and all. Please do us a favor. If you have not done so already, hit the subscribe button.
Oh, wait. Flag update.
Jesus.
Pillager, Minnesota is flying the real flag. And I told you about the Veterans Memorial in North St. Paul. All right. Flag update. Where's this one? Oh, that's the horseshoe. I told you about that. All right. Thank you.
Yep. Find us on YouTube. Find us on Facebook. Find us on Instagram. Find us on X. All you have to do on all of those platforms is search for Garage Logic, 2 words. And you can also sign up for that daily Logician. It's an email that comes to your inbox every single day, and it includes the most recent episode of the podcast. Find out more and sign up today online at garagelogic.com.